Hello fellow cake eaters, welcome to Adventure Airsoft. My name's Mike and today we're talking about how to get kids into Airsoft. Now obviously you're not looking at Airsoft equipment now, you're looking at Nerf or soft gun targetry. The idea with this video, and it's accompanied by a blog on my website, which is adventureairsoft.com, so please check that out. But this is basically 9 minutes now of us trying to have a chat and a talk about why I do this regularly with my son and why doing this can help bring kids into Airsoft. So first off, kids in Airsoft. Now, some sites around the UK don't allow kids below 18, depending if it's a battle sim, etc. Some sites don't allow kids at all. Some are frowned upon. A lot of players are frowned upon kids playing because they're smaller and they don't want to sort of shoot kids and stuff. But from my perspective, as long as the children know what the site rules are, they abide by their own sort of PPE requirements. There's no reason why they can't play. And I think sites that do put people off in a way that is sort of, I wouldn't say be discriminative, but they don't allow kids to play, it kind of ruins it for everyone, and it ruins the sort of the next group of generations to play Airsoft. So, for example, my local sites around me have a couple of different age limits regarding that. So one of them has a 12 age limit. So 12 years old or under is not allowed, but they have to be accompanied by an adult until they're 16. Another site allows kids to do Kidsoft, which is like a hybrid version of Airsoft and Nerf, kind of in between the two, which fire larger balls, and they allow kids from 7 to 10 years old, again to bring kids into it and get them used to it. But most sites allow sort of 8-9 years old, as long as they're accompanied by an adult at all times, then they're allowed to play, which for me I don't have a problem with. Originally I thought I would have a problem with it, but actually I don't, because I've seen the benefits of having kids involved in there. Now, the only drawback I think with having kids involved in the sport is how they're going to react to being hit, and I think, and that's certainly for my son here, you can see in the videos, that is one worry I had, or I have. It's not been Airsoft yet, but for me, using things like Nerf, like you're seeing now, and the different array of guns you can get with Nerf, and being able to take hits and sort of how he's going to react to those hits is really good. So at the minute, the other thing that Nerf or sort of soft, Kidsoft or anything else like that that's going to teach kids, there's a couple of really big fundamentals. One is I use, as you can see there, my son's got some full face protection on, so it gets him used to wearing full face protection, because some of these Nerf guns do put out a sort of fairly decent rate of knots, and I don't want him to get blinded by a Nerf bullet. That would be really, really, really bad. But it gets him used to wearing PPE, which is great. The other thing is it gets him used to firing a gun. It gets him used to aiming off, which I go through and sort of try and teach him. He gets used to reloading. He gets used to doing all the things that are become natural in Airsoft. He gets him used to taking cover. For example, now he's got a tactical umbrella. Not that he would use that in Airsoft, but it gets him used to reacting to different things. And although he's not going to pick up Nerf rounds in Airsoft, it gets him used to all of that, which is great. The other thing is he gets sort of inoculated, as I like to call it. So military term there. If you're in the military, you'll be frequent with that term. So he's sort of inoculated by the fact that by getting hit, and sort of that pain he's going to receive in Airsoft. But it's going to be clearly quite different from a Nerf bullet to Airsoft. What has helped us though, when in playing Nerf, is we ordered a load of Chinese Nerf rounds, which are completely different to the actual Nerf rounds that you get. The Nerf rounds that you actually get is they've got like a rubber tip, and I'll try and put it on the screen, the difference between the two. And the Chinese ones, you get a solid plastic tip, and they do hurt a lot more. So for him, that's great, because he gets used to that level of sort of pain and not to be frightened of it getting hit. Which when he does go, because he's only 7 now, he's 8 in the next week or so, in the next year or bit, when I take him, then he will be far better set up, ready for that experience. I think if you just take him straight away off the bat, I think it's going to potentially cause a lot of problems, a lot of issues, because they might end up crying. They might end up. I'm not saying you take your kids into your garden with your airsoft guns, give them some iPro and shoot at them, but it will help. Something like that may help and prepare them for what to expect with someone completely brassing them up at fairly close range with a 350 FPS AG on .2s. So they have to be aware of that, and you as a parent have to be aware of how you're going to deal with that, because you might find times if they get shot somewhere and they end up crying or whatever, then you might end up dealing with things in a completely irrational way, because you're a parent. That's just that ability to want to look after and take care of your kids is obviously second to none. So what we've got here is something that we set up on a regular basis. As long as the weather's good, we'll drag the bins out from around the corner, we'll put some chairs out. We've also put a table in there sometimes. We've made some like little boxes to hide behind, and then we'll just spread the guns out like we have here, and then we'll just run around and go mad for a little bit. Since making this video quite a long time ago, it's maybe about 3 or 4 months old, we've got loads more guns to different snipers to try. And again, that's something that you get with Nerf. They give them an introduction into different types of sized weaponry that they can have a go with. They get like drum mags and things. You get, as you can see there, sort of AEG style magazine weapons. You get some sniper rifles where they have to cock it every time. Obviously you have to cock everything every time there, but again, it gets them used to those principles. I wouldn't say marksmanship principles, but they get used to using weaponry, which is very important. Obviously he spent a lot of time this time running away and using his umbrella, but he is quite good. He does tend to get better and better the older he gets. So that's something we need to take away from him and take away from Nerf that's given us that ability. The other thing is cost. Some sites that do allow kids and have Kidsoft, it's fairly cheap. There's also like a kids paintball, which is like a reduced paintball, which is really, really good, and that's great for kids as well. So people don't see the benefits of that, which are huge, which are really, really good. So all in all, points to take away from this are, if you want kids to go airsoft, you want to get them interested into it. If they're interested in guns and like your Call of Duty and all that stuff, do a bit of Nerf with them either around the house. If the weather's bad, we'll take it inside. Much to my wife's dismay, we'll go inside and we'll sort of tear the house up with Nerf rounds. Use Nerf as a way of inoculating the kids, getting them ready for airsoft, and then when they go, hopefully they're a little bit more prepared for it, and go from there. The next thing, like you can see now, dealing with the jams and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. And then when they go, hopefully they'll be the next generation of airsoft players, and they'll keep the sport going. These sites, like one of my favourite sites, Outpost, locally to me, they love having kids around, and there's always loads of kids at different ages there. And I think as a good airsoft player, you have to respect the younger generation coming through. So that's the end of it now. Please use Nerf, use the sites to support kids, respect the kids, and more importantly, please subscribe to the channel for more content. Hit the little bell for notifications. Check out the website, adventureairsoft.com, and please give me your points and comments. Hopefully this will help. Take care. Bye bye.